to the School of Hard Knocks.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Hard Knocks Fighting TV. I'm Ryan Ballantyne here with Ari Tobe, the president and CEO of the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship. A great slate of fights on the way for you tonight. We're going to see the best up-and-coming fighters in the world of mixed martial arts. Our next fight coming up from the lightweight division at 155 pounds, where we're going to see Chris Chapman taking on Scott McDonald. Scott McDonald, fresh off a title loss in this fight, looking to get back into it, Ari.
Absolutely. I think Scott McDonald pretty much got owned on his title fight loss, and so he's definitely been working on his control and not getting taken down. So we're going to see if that got any better. And Chapman out of Red Deer, Rashido, I think has a striking background, and so we're expecting to see him come out and try and strike real good. And I think it's going to be a great fight. Check it out.
So coming up, Chris Chapman versus Scott McDonald.
This School of Hard Knocks fight is an amateur bout in the 155-pound division and is brought to you by All Beef Catering. And now, let's meet the fighters.
Well, I said it earlier, and this time I mean it. Chris Chapman coming down to the cage out of Rashido in Red Deer, Alberta at the 155-pound weight class. 2-1 as an amateur. This is his first fight in the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship. Lost his first fight by triangle, but then came back with a 7-second KO in his second fight, winning his third by split decision. An experienced fighter stepping in his cage.
Yeah, he's been training for about 2 years. He used to train with former UFC fighter Jason McDonald. So he's got some great pedigree in his coaching. He thinks that this is going to be a tough fight against Scott McDonald, but feels that he's up to the task, and he's a good opponent, and looking possibly for a submission victory more than anything else.
Well, we know all about Scott McDonald here in the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship. His opponent, as he's coming in off a title fight loss to Fotis Lambiris, and Chris obviously having the benefit of seeing the tape on Scott McDonald from the Hard Knocks archive, and learning about Scott McDonald and being able to game plan for him.
And his opponent.
Now coming down to the cage at 4-1. Like I said, that one loss, a title fight loss at Hard Knocks 20 in Medicine at Alberta. Scott McDonald comes down out of Canuckles, and the 155-pounder steps into the cage. Obviously disappointed with the results of his last fight, but knowing that he needed to work on his wrestling after being taken down time and time again by Fotis Lambiris in that loss.
Yeah, and Scott McDonald dealt with some frustrating issues during that fight, as he, like you mentioned, got taken down over and over. He could not handle the wrestling of Fotis Lambiris, so he said, okay, if that's my weakness, that's what I need to work on. He worked on it constantly in his camp, and he thinks that he's ready to revenge that loss and come in and show that he can use his game plan and bring that to the forward.
Now, Scott did mention that one of his teammates has fought Chris Chapman before, so a little bit of a knowledge in the gym about what Chris Chapman can do. But in talking to Scott, he does focus primarily on his game plan rather than what his opponent's going to do. You can see here on our tail of the tape, both fighters coming in at 158 under the 160 agreed upon catch weight. Again, a 4-1 record for McDonald, 2-1 for Chapman.
And now, the official Hard Knocks fighter introductions. In the blue corner for the Calgary Roughnecks, think inside the box. He's 2-1 as an amateur, 19 years old, and stands 6 feet, 1 inch tall. He weighed in at 158 pounds, fighting out of Rashido, Red Deer. Please welcome Hard Knocks fighter, Chris Chapman. And in the red corner for Pete the Plumber, hero of plumbing, He's 4-1 as an amateur, 39 years old, and stands 5 feet, 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 158 pounds, fighting out of Knuckles MMA from Calgary. Please welcome Hard Knocks fighter, Scott McDonald. This bout will be contested under amateur rules. The referee in charge of the Hard Knocks action is Mr. Len Koivisto.
Len Koivisto in charge of Chris Chapman out of the blue corner in the black trunks. The black and white trunks for McDonald out of the red corner as we get set for our 6th fight of the night. And both fighters ready to meet in the center of the cage. They touch gloves, and the second half of Hard Knocks 27 is underway.
Both fighters taking their time trying to find the correct way to come at their opponent. And a big punch
fight from Chapman. This fight is over. McDonald, 1 punch down, and Chapman moves to 3-1.
Wow, that was a monster shot by Chris Chapman, and Scott McDonald was out, eyes rolling back into his head, and he was out. And you look at a happy Chris Chapman and the official making sure that Scott McDonald is okay. I caught him right on the off button, and that's how long it takes. We look at the feature productions replay, and there it is. There's the off button, and he's out.
A light, no question. And good on Chapman, too, for recognizing it and not jumping on to add insult to injury. Just knows he's won the fight, and the fight over in devastatingly quick fashion.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Shaw GMC Tough Trucks official decision, brought to you by All Beef Catering. The winner by knockout at 16 seconds in the very first round, in the blue corner, Chris Chapman.
Chris Chapman with Ryan.
Chris, we'll get you here, center of the cage. That didn't take very long at all.
Not at all.
That's the second time you've knocked out an opponent that fast. The last time was in 7 seconds. You don't like to work very long, do you?
Not at all. I was actually really nervous for this fight. He's 4-1. It was gonna be a tough one.
Looks like you caught him on the off button. We'll take a look at the replay up here so you can see it. Just walk us through your thought.
I know he's gonna throw a kick. He telegraphed it pretty good, so my counter to a kick is a right hand.
Now, you knew right at the moment you knocked him out. Was there any thought about diving in for the insurance punch?
Not at all. I saw his eyes roll in the back of his head, and yeah.
And I'm sure you got coaches and sponsors to thank.
I want to thank Josh for beating me up, Gary, for my coach, Michael, Tyler, George, Advin, Ryan, Wolfgang, Rick, everybody from Rashido for working me, everyone from Champions Creed, Hype MMA, Tap Out Canada for sponsoring me, yeah, my family.
We'll see him again, I'm sure. Let's hear it one more time for your winner, Chris Chapman.